Okay, so perhaps you all remember the time in your life when your first friend got married. You were in your early 20s and you got an invitation in the mail and it said the parents request your presence at this honorable event. And I remember all of our friends, we were just like, wow, this is going to be an awesome party. It's going to be awesome. We're going to get wasted. This is great. And so we all showed up at this wedding of our friends Paul and Kelly. And I was seated at a table way in the corner. And I was with this group of Armenians who I'm not sure what their connection was to the actual wedding, but the Armenian custom was to always like give toasts about everything, and they had brought a bottle of vodka, and they were just always raising their glasses at a toast to the bride, the beautiful bride, and so I was drinking these toasts, and I was saying, this is great, and I remember I was sitting next to this fella named Harut, and he was like, yeah, Arthur, you and me, we're the only ones who are really drinking at this wedding. And I was like, yeah, me and you, Harut. And so like about 10 shots, something like that, of just pure vodka later. And I'm just thinking, this is a great wedding, this is awesome. And then I like meet up with my friends Patrick and Chad, and we're like, we should give a toast. This is a wedding, we should give a toast. So we come up with this awesome idea for a toast where I'm gonna tell this story, and the groom Paul had said to us, he was like, guys, I really would love for you to give a toast. It's great. Can you just please do me a favor and not mention anything about like drug use and all the things that we did? And so I was like, it's gonna be so funny. I'm gonna give this toast and I'm gonna talk about all the times that we did drugs and everything, and then. My friends Patrick and Chad, we were gonna have the DJ like come on with this song, and then somehow we were gonna it was gonna end up with this like strip tease, and we were gonna streak the whole wedding. It was gonna be really great, and so like I'm getting ready for the toast, and Patrick and Chad have already taken off their clothes, and they're like in the back, and they're like, you have to take off your underwear and be ready to like just rip off all your clothes. And then they taught me something else, which sort of, they were like, you have to like fluff up your penis before you appear naked in front of people, because otherwise it'll appear small. And so I was like, okay. And and that made sense at the time. I was like, okay, yeah. And so I was like standing up there, and I get up on the toast, and I was like, I can't keep my penis fluffed while I'm talking. So I have my hand in my pocket, and I was like, and I'm telling my story, like, and the story is totally incoherent. It's about like all the, I was like, and then we were smoking this joint, and I see Paul just like going, oh no, just get these jokers off the stage. I'm like, hit it, DJ. And then we start taking off our clothes, and I'm all fluffed, and everybody's like, and we run off, and we're like, that was awesome, that was great. And then we go to get our clothes back. Like we really kicked ass at the wedding, and our clothes are gone, and we're like, well, that's cool. We'll just like hang out naked at the wedding. And so we're like, we go and we're just sort of mingling on the dance floor, and we're all naked and everything. And we think that we're just the hit of the wedding. I remember like giving high fives to my friend, and we think we've just like kicked ass at this wedding. We've taken this wedding up a notch, and then at some point, one of the like older fellows at the wedding like pulls us aside. He's like, "You jackasses, get off the dance floor!" And he pulls us aside. And then the mother of the groom, this woman named Miss Wallace, and she's her mascara is all like smudged, and she's drunk too, by the way. Like there's no, and she's like, you, and I'll never forget this. She's looking at us, and we're all naked, and she's like, you've ruined the perfect wedding. And we're like, oh my God, we have. Why do we do this? That was so stupid. And then we can't find our clothes anywhere. And so we like grab tablecloths and we sort of slink away from the wedding. And then the next morning, I wake up, and it's literally the first time I've ever experienced a hangover in my life. I remember waking up, and my head ached, and I just felt like shit. And I went and I found Patrick, and I was in chat, and I was like, we have to go find Miss Wallace and apologize for what we did. We ruined the perfect wedding. And so we went, and there was like this brunch, and there was Miss Wallace sitting in like these big sunglasses, and we were like, and she was drinking a Bloody Mary, and we were like, Miss Wallace, we were so sorry about what we did last night. And she was like, who are you? and then all of us went to go barf up our brunch that we'd eaten. And then I just want to fast forward like 5 years ahead. Paul and Kelly got divorced, and Paul ended up marrying the girl. There was this other group of girls that had been in charge of stealing our clothes, and Paul married that girl, and they had a family, and they live happily ever after.